man. It is already live if you want to go. Go for it.
Welcome listeners to the broadcast of the senior women's competition. It is Heathmont hosting Montrose at HE Parker. It is in fact the breast cancer awareness round. So the teams will both wear pink socks in recognition.
Morning everyone, thank you for tuning in. I'm Will Faulkner. I'll be with Trent today hosting this match of the week game. Good to be here. Nice looking day. It's not too cold.
It is. I think rain was forecasted, so that is all lifted and it's a picturesque Saturday morning.
Good for a Saturday, I reckon.
Very much looking forward to it. As both sides just complete their final run-throughs in their warm-ups. Play to be underway shortly.
Looking forward to this clash, Trent. I believe it's between 5th and 6th.
Yeah, so the winner will, or the loser in fact, will sit bottom of the table. So
Fair bit on the line for both teams, I would have said.
for sure.
Hopefully the conditions hold out and can get some good footy going.
Indeed.
Not been here before, Trent. It's a beautiful looking oval.
They've just done, I want to say this stand is nearing in on a year old. So they spent, I believe, $4.5 million upgrading the sporting pavilion here that we are perched on at the moment, overlooking the ground and the sporting complex with the netball facilities out the back there.
Looks worth every cent. It's good. Bit of a downward slant oval siding to the right.
Yep, toss is very important.
Crucial for the first quarter. As the umpires run out onto the ground now with the pink ball for today's breast cancer awareness game.
That's a sight, isn't it?
It's good. I've not seen one before. I like it. Very AFL-X.
Yep. Well said. So just touching on last week's results. So Montrose did in fact play in a draw opposed to East Ringwood. 35 all. You couldn't separate the sides. And Heathmont was not scoreless but goalless in their clash last week. So they'll be looking to make amends today.
That'll be good. Haven't seen a draw in a while. It's a very niche part of the AFL game.
There's both captains. We've got Bauer Smythe for Heathmont doing the toss and Polly Bowick for Montrose.
Heathmont will kick to the right of screen, as expected, with that downward slope we were talking about earlier.
That's the home advantage. Smart.
Knowing their ground well.
He's hoping they can take advantage of that early.
Absolutely.
If you're a fan of the blue and gold.
Both teams going in for their final huddles now. Last words from the captains and the coach.
This will be the first of many games here today. I think three will be planned. So
Okay, this being number 2?
This will be the first one. Sorry. Then the reserves and seniors to do battle.
Okay.
So an action-packed day at HE Parker.
Absolutely. We just finished the first one of the under-19s.
Under-19, sorry. So yeah, in fact, 4. How's my math?
I'm sure it's better than mine. Heathmont have well and truly left their huddle. They're ready to go.
Heading to
the right of the
position.
screen.
Heading to position now. So
All is set and ready at H.E. Parker Reserve.
So both sides searching for their first win of season 2022, and I'll let you take it away, Will.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it. Pink ball in the middle. All is calm and ready. Just seconds away from the opening bounce. No siren, but run away here at H.E. Parker Reserve. Nice little hit out from the Heathmont ruckman. Kicking it forward early. Inside 50. Couple of handballs inside 50. As it looks like we'll get our first stoppage for the morning.
So there we have it. It's in the right forward pocket of the Heathmont. Morrow getting the clearance there. No clear winner in the ruck. Fighting at ground level, and the ball squirts out to 19.
Lindbergh in the pocket. Got a handle out to March, who has a leg, but finds the boundary. That'll be Montrose's ball deep inside Heathmont's forward 50. Hesley picks it up. Nice little handball there, but finds the Heathmont player in Martz. Montrose desperate to get it out of their defensive 50, and they'll find the boundary again right on the pocket of the 50-metre line.
That was in fact handballed out, so not sure if they're doing the last touch rule or not, but it'll be a ball up anyway. Montrose win the clearance, unable to get clear though. They handball back using the quarterback. Off hands now.
Nice flying attempt from McPherson, but that ball finds ground, and I think we'll have another stoppage inside Heathmont's forward 50.
So a stoppage riddled early, scrappy little affair to start.
Martz gets another kick out. Brandon's deep in the back pocket for Montrose. Gaining ground here outside their defensive 50 again. A few sockers off the ground. Far out on the wing, and we'll have another stoppage.
So the ball's tossed aloft again. Heathmont through Morrow again. Parting away through traffic. She'll throw it on the boot now. Inside 50. It's off hands. Montrose run it out of the half-back. She's taken a wet weather bounce and she's pinged holding the ball. Steer claimed her and she'll send it back where it came from.
Steer looks inside forward 50 now. Scattered ball about 30 metres out directly in front for Heathmont. Montrose find their way just outside defensive 50 again, but McPherson goes in for Heathmont. Scattered ball. Montrose now desperate to get it out of defensive 50, and they've done well here. Out on the far wing. Plenty of run from a couple of these Montrose players.
So Bauer Smythe now fighting at ground level. She'll create the stoppage.
Busy work for the umpires early, Trent. Doing a good job.
They are earning every cent at the moment. Two rucks go at it again. Heathmont will clear through McPherson again. She's been
good early.
Called her name a few times. That's Gisling in pursuit now. Picked up by Ferris. She'll drive it long, deep, out of bounds.
And that one will be last touch. So Montrose will again have an opportunity to exit defensive 50.
Through Goran, that is. Continue, Will.
Very good eyesight, Trent. That's why he's here. Nice little kick into the pocket there. Montrose player almost finds a mark. A lot of ball on deck. Looks a little bit slippery actually out there, Trent.
Did rain last night?
It did. That will do it. Montrose exit the 50 and they now find Bentley nearly grabbed it. Conditions probably didn't assist her there, but Montrose will continue to move the ball. This time, probably the most central play we've had of the game so far. Slowly moving the ball forward. McPherson again, we've been calling her a little bit. Great kick out on the far wing. She finds another teammate.
Edwards it was. She'll drive it back down the line, sorry.
Michaela Marsh, she gets it. We've called her name a couple of times as well. She's been off to a good start.
So ball up again. Umpires earning their keep at the moment. Tossed high again. Montrose decide to run it out.
Great exit there.
It's a high ball. No clear winner at ground level as of yet.
Good tackling pressure actually I've noticed from Montrose the last couple of minutes.
Major picked it up and head down. Tried to drive through. Unable. Stoppage again.
It's been hard work early doors for Montrose, but they have continued to slowly gain ground going forward. Each team still looking for their first score of the match. Hardy grabs the ball, handballs it. Tries looking for her opponent. Wearing it like a glove. Couple of handballs out of chain. And oh no. Bentley gets a kick away, but she can only find Heathmont defenders.
It's an outnumbered situation deep inside the defensive 50 of Heathmont as they exit through one of their defenders.
Hargrave's got a quick handball away. Didn't quite find it.
Montrose setting up the wall well. They'll drive it back inside forward 50. There's Bauer Smythe, the captain, working hard in tight.
Another stoppage here, this time out the front of Montrose's offensive 50. Free kick actually we've just found. Going inside forward 50 now. Oh, great mark there from Warford. She finds herself on a 45-degree angle, probably 40 metres out from her goal.
It was Paige. She had it for long enough for sure.
Good mark in what can be described as tough conditions early on.
Not sure if it's the lacquer on that pink ball that's slippery or...
Could be. Trent and I were discussing before the game, AFLX-like ball. Nice shot and goal from Warford, but does just fall right of the goals. That will be our first score for the game though.
So Montrose in the lead.
Early doors.
It'll be Bauer Smith to return the kick in. Assessing her options, weighing it up. She'll send a long ball out onto the far wing. Major in pursuit.
Hargraves soccering too.
Along with Hargraves, yep. The ball squirting around at ground level.
Oh.
Great tackle.
Dyer.
13 from Montrose. Dyer wins the free kick. Superb effort. She'll send it up and under ball down the line. A pack of players surrounding that. Like
Bees to honey.
Bees to
Trent.
honey, that's it. Saved me there.
Scattered ball on the inner wing. The inside of the outer wing, I'll say. Heathmont rewarded for a good tackle there.
Well, don't know what game you're watching there,
Montrose,
Will.
rewarded.
It'll be a Montrose free kick. Martz flies for it, unable to get a hand on it. They're fighting at ground level again. Montrose, slick hands in there. Might have been Eslick. It's driven back out the defensive 50 once again. Montrose sending it back inside forward 50 now.
Off to the races in defensive 50 here, Heathmont. Nice exiting ball.
Finds Ferris. She'll mark on her chest. Send it to the... I was going to say the captain, but no, 21, Hargraves.
Seen her a bit.
She's just patrolling up and down that wing at the moment.
Yeah. The outer wing certainly getting a nice little working out here, Trent, as the ball finds the boundary, but that'll be a free to Montrose. Good to see him now watching the right game.
That game is allergic to this broadcasting side wing.
It is. We haven't seen a single ball on our wing yet, but hopefully the second quarter.
Very much testing our eyesight at the moment.
Yep. Forgot my glasses today, so...
Binoculars would have come in handy, but that's all right.
Apologies in advance. Nice little handball there. Boet goes forward as it roams the forward 50 of Montrose. But Heathmont get the ball back and they'll look to exit this from their defensive 50. Switch could be on here if they can just get a couple dragging towards our side, Trent. Yep. And they do. Off to the races here down the middle of the ground.
Outnumbered situation, and
Gisling
goes off the ground. Off the ground.
And very well, I might add. Gained a nice 20, 25 metres.
It's all about gaining territory in these wet weather, slippery conditions at the moment.
Premature wet weather conditions, I reckon.
Yeah.
Just accustoming themselves for the weather that's been forecast. Hargraves sprints out to the wide wing. Takes on Eslick. She'll go forward for Montrose. Wolford, who we saw take a shot on goal earlier. Right around the contest. Oh! Great leg. How good is that? Montrose are on the board early. There's a nice little goal. Really testing the eyesight here. There's a nice little soccer off the ground about 15 metres out from the Montrose goal.
I'm going to say Nino's. I may be right there, yes.
Yeah, Cominos, yep.
Off the ground soccer for about 15 out. She's created something out of nothing.
That's good. The account has been opened at H.E. Parker Reserve, and Montrose get the early 7-point lead.
Montrose drawing first blood there through Comninos. And it'll be back to the centre again for the Rucks to duel once again.
It was a well-positioned from Cominos there. Just found her way out the back, and the rest was history. You see the ball in the middle here. Ferris tries to get a kick away. She'll get the ball back. She'll get a second chance to go inside 50 for Heathmont. A great kick, and it will find itself inside 50. Charging out. Heathmont's full forward. Everstein applying some forward pressure deep inside her own forward 50. Pressure everywhere from the Heathmont forwards. They're roving. And that's a shot on goal. And Trent, that's another goal.
I'm jealous. You get to keep calling these goals.
That's 2 from 2.
2 from 2. Who was that? Number 2, was it?
That would be Edwards, huge if true.
Something in that, I reckon.
Brad Hollis would love it.
So Edwards it was. Good energies there.
Very, very good energies.
It's goal for goal at the moment.
Got to say, the Heathmont forwards there, that was really good forward pressure, just constantly just not giving Montrose any chance of getting it out.
It was harassing, wasn't it? Montrose, can they answer here? They gain the clearance. Although Ferris again tracking it She's been lively early.
This game's really gone up a notch the last couple of minutes, Trent. As we go inside 50 again, Montrose looking to instantly reply to Heathmont's goal just before. Stuck deep in the outer pocket of their forward line. Snap on goal. Trent, nearly had 3 from 3. A nice little attempt there from the Montrose forward, but we do find ourselves a rush behind. And Bella Smythe, she'll kick out, Trent.
So the captain now of this young Heathmont side will send it to our side now.
The first look at it for us, Trent.
And the mark's been taken by Hardy. Standing tall in an outnumbered situation. She'll send it inboard now through the corridor. Carroll now picks it up. Her shot on goal. Well, an unkind bounce. Does her no favours as Heathmont try to exit.
It's a busy ball inside 50 at the moment. Kayla Eslick in and amongst it, but they'll exit through Crow or Heathmont. Finding Ferris on the outer defensive 50. Gaining ground well here. It's a great kick to McTire.
That's the coach's daughter there.
Well pronounced, Will. Nice little kick there, going forward, pushing the back was Martz, but she'll still gain ground. And now Montrose deep in trouble inside their defensive 50.
So a lot more free-flowing now as the mark's been taken by Martz. Standing in the hole. She'll send it high, up and under, to the advantage of Lindbergh, it was, in fact. She's unable to mark and the ball will spill out, tracking towards the outer wing side. Ferris goes off the ground to no avail and it'll be a ball up once again. So a lot more free-flowing, Will.
Absolutely. It's definitely picked up the last 5 minutes, and it's no surprise that we have got those 2 goals in that time period. I know I did say it a couple of minutes ago, but the forward pressure has really picked up. I think the forwards look like they want to keep it inside their forward 50 a lot more, and they will reap the benefits of keeping it in there longer.
No doubt.
Montrose exit on the far wing. Around 70 out from Heathmont's goal. Great mark there from Bentley. Going forward. And it's a nice little intercept mark there from Heathmont.
So major it was. She'll send it through the corridor, back where it came from. And on the turnover, it lands in her lap again.
The intercept king, Queen.
So Lindbergh now drives it forward.
Great kick.
Bowick gives chase. She'll try a little fend off there. Montrose go off the ground, unable to connect. The ball spilling around. The handball now. Ferris again. Can she hit up Lindbergh? It's over the back. Time for the Crummers to get to work. Has she got boot to that? She has. It's off target. Minus score from 10 metres out. Slow to her feet, in fact. Not sure if you've got eyes on the number there, Will.
Still looking hard.
But concerns for one of the Heathmont forwards as she was tackled late. The trainers rushed to her aid.
We'll have a little bit of a break in play here, I think, just as the
13
trainers.
it is, Will, there, Morrow.
Carla Morrow.
So obviously fingers crossed, hoping everything is all right there. She is back to her feet.
It's a good sign. I think she'll come from the field here, Trent.
Yeah.
Just gather herself.
Smart decision.
Heading into quarter time. For what has, been a very energetic last 10, 15 minutes.
That's the pressure again. She had no time to get boot to ball there, and the pressure gauge has well and truly lifted.
It's had takeoff at H.E. Parker Reserve, Trent.
The umpires have done well as well here, allowing her to the time she needs to exit the field. As play resumes, we'll take it away.
Find ourselves in Heathmont's forward 50 from a kick out. Heathmont players getting busy as Martz has a shot on goal. That's found it through. 3 from 3, Trent. I'm sorry, mate. That was an awesome goal, about 20 metres out on a slight angle. And it's been snapped through.
I looked down for a second and I've missed that, so...
Blink and you'll miss it, Trent. That was a very good piece of play, and I think Heathmont have been rewarded for, again, keep hammering on about it, the forward pressure.
Well, that pressure you do mention has gifted them a 5-point lead, so 2-1-13 plays 1 goal to 8 for Montrose, so an early advantage here for the home team.
Absolutely. I think Talia Lindberg from Heathmont as well, she's been a nice little presence up forward for them. Been the catalyst for a couple of their scores.
Ferris now gets it on her boot, pushed as she kicked as the siren sounds, marking the first term. As I've mentioned, 2-1-13 plays 1 goal to 8 for in favour of Heathmont there. So they take a 5-point lead into the quarter time break.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. First time doing it today, yeah? Yeah. That sounds right. Sounds good.
So where's this footage? Does this go on?
So this is...
That was good. I enjoyed dropping the Brad Wallace.
Did you hear that? Yeah. No, what was it? We were like 2 in 2 minutes.
And then you said number 2 kick.
I was like, oh, no, it was number 2. Something in that.
Hey, that's good talk. All for it. I'll put it in the group chat.
Welcome back to the millions of listeners for this Heathmont Montrose clash, Division 2 clash. As both sides make their way to their positions to commence the second quarter, Will.
It's been a good start. Certainly lifted in the second half of that first quarter. I think Montrose got the early breakaway with that great goal through Comonos. Soccer off the ground, and then now we're seeing Heathmont reap the rewards of forward pressure.
And it was that scoring end as the siren sounds.
Correct.
The two racks go at it again. Heathmont will win clear possession through Martz. Although an ill-directed kick forward will in turn mean a stoppage. So another ball up.
Montrose's ruckman Carroll got an early hand to it, but a nice little tackle from Jessica Edwards forces another stoppage. About 60-65 metres out from Heathmont's goal in the second quarter. Nice little scrappy kick forward from Montrose. Hardy breaking ankles, and she goes deep inside 450, and a great mark there from Bentley. She could be in range here. She looks confident, Trent.
Well, she's directly in front, 30 metres out. She decides not
Great
to.
kick.
That's why we're both up in the stands and they're playing well.
Absolutely.
The mark's been taken by Hardy, who in fact got the clearance. She's sprinted forward and managed to hold on to a nice chest mark. She sets sail from 30 metres out, and it'll be offline, bouncing through for a minor score. So just reiterating the scoreline here, it's 2-1-13, plays 1-3-9. So a 4-point advantage to Heathmont here, Will.
It's a nice little kick from Hardy. Just went left of the score of the goals, but she did look confident in her kick. Well and truly made the distance. As we see a stoppage in Montrose's 450. As you've been saying all day, Trent, umpires getting their work today.
So on high up and under, inside forward 50 if you're a Montrose fan. That forward pressure we speak of so often is on show again. There's another stoppage in their forward half. So the ball's tossed aloft again. Montrose wins the ruck, but it'll be number 7 in Priya with a release kick outside defensive half, and Gisling tracks it. She's brought down in a strong tackle.
They've hovered towards the far wing again, Trent. And we'll see a stoppage probably 70 metres out from the Montrose goal. Ball up, Carroll will get in the ruck, in around the ruck. She'll win the hit out. Tries to find a teammate in Polly Boeck. But Heathmont escape, and they'll go forward again. Centre of the ground. Good gather from Jasmine Dyer there on the wing.
Gang tackled.
Gang tackled. Held her own though, did well.
She did.
And is able to force another stoppage. Carroll's been good in the ruck so far, Trent. As we see a soccer forward. Montrose get the ball out the back. Well set up behind the ball there. Allows them to go forward with a kick. Great tackle there from McTire.
Not rewarded.
No. Now their defence under pressure. They'll come towards us, Trent, down the middle of the ground.
She goes through the corridor. Edwards spills the mark. It was in fact Lindbergh, sorry. It'll be a Theobald who tracks it along with Bartlett, I
Charlie
believe.
Bartlett, yep. She'll go forward, Bartlett. Intercept mark by Major. pushes back off the mark with confidence. She'll go down the line again for Heathmont.
As right in front of us here, a Heathmont player limps off in the arms of trainers. Didn't get eyes on that, so we'll keep you updated with a name and a number soon.
Looks like a bit of a lower leg injury as Montrose go forward. Nice intercept mark again.
That was major, and it was exactly that. Preventing a goal again. She's been a stalwart back there.
Great kick from Carol, the ruckman for Montrose. She set herself up well behind the ball there. She feeds it to her partner.
She'll send it 10 metres out. The mark's spilt off hands by Parasility. Hope I've pronounced that right. The ball bubbling about, no clear possession. This scrappy affair must only be evident early in quarters, Will.
Absolutely. We did see that last quarter. Jessica Major's been awesome in defence for Heathmont. Been a real brick wall at the start of the second quarter.
She's been setting up most of their play exiting out of that defensive 50.
As Eliza Bentley forces a stoppage in her own forward 50. Ball scraps around about 35 metres out directly in front. Montrose's goal. It was well done there by Kyla Morrow. Allows Heathmont to go forward.
So Theobald now, along with Eslick, she drives a kick forward in the waiting arms of the Montrose forward, and she's set upon rather forcefully, brought to ground, and it'll be another stoppage. So the majority of the play in the forward half of Montrose at the moment, and a holding the ball free kick. Is that major again? It can't
Rewarded.
be. It can't be.
She's been rewarded, Trent.
She's been everywhere, Will.
Hard work, it pays off, I'm telling you.
She'll send it out on the outer wing side.
Great find, good kick.
Edwards it was. She'll receive back, I think.
Oh,
Racking it up at the moment as a one-handed mark has been taken down the line, intercepted by the Montrose ruckman. Is that Carol?
that's Carol again. She's off to a fly this second quarter, Trent. Both teams seem to be set up relatively well behind the ball. Each team hasn't quite been able to make it past the 35-metre line of their own forward 50 too often. Carol again goes forward, but as we're speaking about, Heathmont set up well behind the ball.
They've got the spare and they'll exit through her, although she was slow in getting rid of it, and she's paid a holding the ball free kick against.
Take it away, Trent. You're on here.
Here we go.
On for Trent's first of the day.
So it'll be Bentley now. She's set upon the spare Heathmont defender and tackled her to ground. She calmly strolls in, setting sail, and that'll drift across the face for a behind. So slowly but surely, Montrose cut into this lead of Heathmont.
I think Bentley would definitely have backed herself in to kick that. I think more often than not she would.
She'd love that again, wouldn't she?
Started off okay and then just veered to the left. That will give Heathmont a chance to kick out here. We're now only 3 points ahead. Montrose, they've had a couple behinds this quarter. A couple shots on goal.
So Mullinger now
Got a good kick on her.
on that trusty right boot. She'll send it to the arc, and it'll be Major again.
Great intercept from Major. She's really lifted this second
Not
quarter.
breaking stride.
Not at all. Brittany Wilkinson goes forward for Montrose. Finds Hayley Ferris. She'll intercept it for Heathmont, and the ball will go out of play. Dare I say that will be a Montrose ball?
Yep, so a skewed kick out of bounds, and that last touch rule that the senior women's play.
Gemma Wilson finds herself with ball in hand going forward, and a nice little kick there. Nearly found, say, Else Eslick. But comes off hand and goes out of bounds. Trent.
There's two Eslicks for Montrose, so I imagine sisters. That'll
Shane
be
Taylor.
nice. That'll be nice. Little family
both been
affair
good.
down here.
Both been good for Montrose early.
Running past it was Wilkinson.
She'll get it back.
She'll get it back, although although the whistle's been blown and a throw has been picked out. Lindbergh now stands under this one. She'll take an easy chest mark.
She was good in the first quarter, Trent.
Finding separation on Goran, her direct opponent. She'll send it down the line. Gisling now, off hands. The Montrose will run it out through Wilson now. Slams it on the boot, but it's all Heathmont, although they've made a meal of it. And it'll be Hardy now at ground level fighting for it, Will.
Yes. There's been a lot of inside 50s this quarter for Montrose. They probably would have liked to capitalise a little bit more. A lot of back and forth football was Carroll, who's just been on an absolute heater this second quarter. Finds herself in and amongst it. Ball scraps forward and Heathmont, they get it forward. Find Lindbergh again, who's definitely been one of the better forwards for Heathmont. She's been a great marking presence.
So Edwards leads now to the far wing, and she's in pursuit of the pink ball. Although the Montrose defender did well, and she'll link up with Eslick by hand as she sends it down the outer wing side. Running onto it was another
Shakes it off.
Montrose forward, shrugging it off.
Well, they've got numbers here, Montrose. 2-on-1, the Heathmont defenders, they come back.
She's used her body well, and she'll snap. She's gone early. She started celebrating. Warford it was, in fact. A brilliant opportunistic play there. A left foot snapping ball in an outnumbered situation, it must be said. And they take the lead again, Will.
It's a great kick. They've done well there. They've persevered. They've had a lot of inside 50s this quarter, and they have finally hit the scoreboard through the big sticks. And as you said, they regained the lead in what's been quite an entertaining second quarter, I would say, Trent. It's been good. A lot of back and forth, a lot of slingshot football. And they've broken the barrier that's generally been probably around the 35-metre mark of each team's offensive 50 as we ball up again.
It was only a matter of time, I think, with that forward pressure.
Absolutely.
So Morrow now, she'll send it for the first inside 50 of Heathmont this quarter. It'll be Lindbergh at ground level, scrapping away at it. She'll paddle it forward.
Polly Boak gets...
And a throw's been paid to the Heathmont. Edwards, it is. She's played on. No girl on the mark, I should say. And it'll be Craig standing in the goal square, takes a good contested chest mark.
Done well. It's always tough as a one-on-one defender to try and bring the ball to ground, but Danielle Craig positioned herself well there, and she'll take a shot on goal.
She lines up, and it's straight over the goal umpire's hat. So goal for goal again, Will.
Absolutely.
Heathmont regained the lead, and she's taken a tumble in the process of the celebration.
We have seen this before. We did see this in the first quarter. Once the scoreboard got ticking, it didn't stop. And that is 2 goals in 2 minutes. One for both Heathmont and Montrose.
I'd love to have a look at a replay of that throw. Not sure the umpire quite...
May have been blindsided, I reckon. It was certainly a call I missed. But here we are. We find the ball in the middle again. And Montrose's ruckman Hardy this time regathers her hit out. Gets a kick forward. Jessica Major has been everywhere this second quarter. She's just been roaming off the half-back flank for Heathmont.
So Morrow now, she'll send it inside forward 50 again. They pile on, but it somehow finds its way out on the outskirts of the centre wing side. The ball up has been found, and
that'll be about 60 metres out from Heathmont's goal, just right of centre. Montrose go forward looking for a response to the very quick response from Heathmont.
So Priya now, she'll hand up to Bauer Smythe. She'll send it.
Great intercept mark from Chandler Thomas there.
Thomas with the intercept mark, turnover. She'll drive it back from where it came. Ferris now with a scrappy kick forward.
Thomas again.
Thomas now sends it forward, but it'll be all Heathmont here.
Great pick up from Heathmont's defender there. Charlotte's Holiday.
She was
Didn't break her stride.
She was disposed of after she kicked as well. So, but it'll be Eslick now.
Of the Kayla variety.
Finds Ferris.
Good one-on-one there between Steer and Boeck. And we'll have a stoppage about 65 metres out from Heathmont's goal. Towards our side, Trent. A rarity so far today. As we get a closer look at the ruck contest between Hardy and Everstein. Gisling gets it. Sockers it forward, and they'll go inside 50 Heathmont. Presence of Jessica Edwards has been great so far, and she goes a nice little handball to her teammate in Renee Steer. Renee Steer gets the ball back. Jess Edwards, seen that link up before the last 30 seconds, and she kicks a goal. Nice little leg there from Jess Edwards.
So it was a little pot shot, a flying shot in traffic, and it sailed through over the last line of defence. It was a one-on-one, and it just cleared the pack and bounced through. So Heathmont, again, a 9-point advantage.
Had to work hard for that goal, Trent. She was involved early on, about 10-15 seconds beforehand. Her and Steer.
And it was the link-up between Lindbergh and Edwards that kind of allowed for the deep entry to be had.
Absolutely. Accolades certainly to Lindbergh, Steer, and obviously Edwards with the finish. Heathmont find themselves 9 points up now.
It'll be Hardy again that wins the hit out, but an in the back free. Eslick
pushed to the ground.
Will be awarded it as Morrow just no care. A little bit clumsy. So Eslick now, the Kayla variety, will go to Steer. She'll mop up at the back half. Waiting under it was a Heathmont player, unable to complete the mark. And it'll be Montrose that find it forward again as the ball trickles out in the last touch rule again.
Rachel Hardy's been good ever since being thrown into the ruck this quarter for Montrose. One of the taller presences out there today.
Just giving them first use.
Absolutely. Very important as a midfielder to get that use. Shea Eslick heads inside 50 from Montrose. Heathmont exit it straight back out. Off to the races here on the far wing.
Through Ferris it was, and it'll be Morrow that tracks it. She'll with a nice spinning pirouette. She handballs to herself in the end.
Great contest. Kyla Morrow, I think
was that Gisling stepping through traffic as well.
Oh.
And a great mark. Edwards again. She'll mark on the chest. Surrounded by Montrose defenders. And Lindbergh now. Well, these two are on the same page.
They've both been in their best players today so far, Heathmont. I've been really impressed with Lindbergh's presence up forward. Nice little leading pattern, and she gets her hands on this one. She strides in for goal.
Setting sail, and it's a high arcing ball, splitting the middle. So Heathmont, with all the ascendancy in the second term here. Bit of a momentum swing. Sorry, Will.
No, absolutely. I was going to say, I think Montrose, they haven't played bad at all. They actually have probably had more inside 50s this quarter, particularly earlier on. But Heathmont have really capitalised on their own inside 50s going forward.
It's the efficiency inside forward 50, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, they've had the same shots on goal. 5-1 Heathmont, 31 to Montrose, 2-4, 16. 6 shots each that have gone through to register a score.
You just look at the accuracy as well. Montrose, with those 4 behinds, costing them early here. As the ball's tossed aloft again. 2 rucks go at it. This time, Heathmont win it. And through McPherson, she'll send it to the broadcasting side wing.
We're on here, Trent.
It'll be steering through traffic.
Very good.
She sends it to a Montrose defender instead, though. There's Major again, working through congestion.
Done very well there.
She threw it out, and it'll be Lindbergh who tracks it. She'll disposed of. And a free kick's been found out the second time.
To Steer? Yes.
It is, yep.
She has it right on our side here, Trent. Right on the 50. She looks to go inboard.
It was either Lindbergh or Steer, take your pick. She'll go to Edwards off hands though. Montrose will collect it ground level with Eslick on her hands and knees, creating a stoppage. So we've talked about the efficiency going forward. Can Heathmont take advantage of this deep inside 50 entry? They can't because Eslick will clear.
That would really hurt, I think, Montrose going into half-time if Heathmont were able to get one more on the board. But having said that, Montrose will go forward, and they've got the numbers here. Great little pick up there. Going to a one-on-one inside forward 50 as Warford gathers the ball, and there's a foot race between the fair few of the Heathmont players as they set up well behind the ball.
So it'll be Mullinger. She'll switch it.
Hayley Ferris
to
on
the
her
near
own
side.
here.
Hayley Ferris now. She's got a one-on-one ahead.
Great kick.
Unable to complete the mark was Hargraves. She'll scrap at ground level. She does well in an outnumbered situation as the siren sounds marking half-time here. Heathmont 5-1-31, Montrose 2-4-16.
It's good. The game opened up there, that last little part, Trent, particularly that last 30 seconds. Haven't seen much one-on-one football today, but it was very, very fast-paced. We saw that little break.
If my maths is correct, that's a 15-point lead to the home side here. The Jets, and they will be stoked with that.
Montrose certainly looking up and about going into half-time, which is good to see for a team a couple goals down. I think they know that they can, if they can capitalise on their accuracy in front of goal, this game can be a lot closer than what the scoreboard reads.
Well, I did scour through the previous results on the EFNL website last night, and last time these two sides met, it was in fact Montrose who completed a comeback win to secure the 4 points against Heathmont. So if you're a fan of the blue and the gold, he's hoping that doesn't repeat itself.
Absolutely.
We'll be back shortly. Have you got any notes to get that?
Oh, no.
Any tips or anything?
No, you boys are doing fine. Alright. With your handovers, obviously Dan's already gone over with it, like small areas of player comment on, like one of you taking the main play but comment like from another, either one of you on like who's on the outside, who's scoring for it, voices, etc. Basically focus on the player tonight, necessarily like on the play as well.
Yep.
So it's like, yeah, you boys know what you're doing. You're doing fine.
Welcome back to the EFNL coverage of the senior women's competition here. Heathmont hosting Montrose. Scoreline reads 5-1, 31, 2-4, 16 in favour of Heathmont. They take a 15-point advantage into the third quarter here, the premiership quarter. He's hoping Montrose can wrestle back a bit of that ascendancy and momentum that Heathmont took throughout that second quarter. As the siren sounds to get us underway. The two rucks will go at it. It'll be Everstein. Good shepherd there, protecting her teammate, was one of the Montrose girls working in tight. A clearing kick now. Lands in the waiting arms, unable to mark of Hardy it was, I believe. Strong tackle, Major, disposing of one of the Montrose girls.
Hot start early. See a ball up 55 metres out from the Montrose goal. Good first use there from Carroll to the Montrose midfielders. Shay Eslick gets in and around the ball, gives off to Theobald. Had her kick smothered. Great handball there from Jess Edwards.
But it'll be Bowick who storms clear. She'll kick it into the path of Bentley, I believe. He'll send it into the forward pocket. It'll be the last touch rule. Bowers Smythe to take possession.
A lot of movement going towards the far side on the wing. Not too much interest in a switch kick. She'll head as inboard as possible. And that'll be a stoppage. 48 metres out from Montrose's goal. Hardy back in the ruck for Montrose. Provides a contest, ball scrapping around. No real movement, and we'll have another stoppage inside defensive 50 for Heathmont.
Not really sure how to assess the opening minutes here. It's been played sort of between the arcs, but a bit of movement and free flowing now as Bowers Smythe will link up with
Brooke Mullinger.
Mullinger, and she'll
She's
take a
got
bounce.
space.
Shows a clean pair of heels to exit, defensive 50.
Plenty of metres gained.
She'll follow up with her second effort, although Montrose gained possession again, and it'll be Everstein who takes a juggling chest mark.
Good intercept mark.
To intercept the down the line kick. She's got corridor options.
Major found herself open on the wide side, but unused. Carroll kicks it down the middle. Everstein finds her hands back around the football. Provides a contest, and it'll be a ball up. Not too far from the centre circle.
So a stalemate early on our hands.
Hasn't been too much running football. But kicks in packs.
That's about to change now as the Montrose full forward of Warford takes a clean chest mark at centre half forward.
She has a good set shot on her. We did see it earlier in the day. Didn't quite go through the big sticks, but looked confident in her own kick.
She winds up using all the meterage on that wheeling arc of hers, and it's rushed through smartly by the Heathmont defender. So Bauer Smythe, with that role of kick-in duties, will send it back down the broadcasting side wing.
Out pocket here, Trent.
It's a high up and under. A big contest. A couple fall. But those left still standing, one of them Eslick. She'll track it. And it'll be Steer paddling it forward. She collects at ground level.
Good collection.
And it's off hands now.
Holly Boak just got a bit of a knee back to the head there. All accidental, but feeling that one.
Looks to be all right, which is good news. So Carroll and Everstein again. It's been a fascinating duel, that one. It's socket off the ground, out to the forward flank side. And it'll be Mullinger that collects at ground level to Major. She'll send a floating ball on the outer wing side. Didn't spin right, but it doesn't matter because Ferris is there. She'll go off the ground, gaining meterage again.
Great pick up from Matilda Wilson there. A lot of metres gained, and we're now inside Heathmont's forward 50.
So that territory battle we speak of is won by Heathmont at the moment.
Continues to swing both ways, Trent. Montrose have probably had more of the ball this quarter, but it's a nice little intercept there from Kyla Morrow. She gives it off to Ferris, who goes down long. Bounces just to the left of the goalposts. Sees itself through for a minor.
A flying shot, that would have been something special.
Would have been a very good kick. Generous bounce as well. Montrose kicked the ball back into play.
It'll be Edwards fighting in a 1-on-2 battle. And you'd cop that, a forward half stoppage.
Absolutely.
So Everstein again gains the upper hand as she taps it to the advantage of Ferris, I believe, on her hands and knees. Hard to tell, it was Edwards in fact. Not one bit similar.
Everstein goes up, gets the hit out. Great tackling pressure from Heathmont in their forward 50, and we'll see another stoppage. Jessica Edwards getting in and amongst it, as we've seen a lot of today.
So a stop-start play.
Nice little kick away there from Carroll. Gets the ball back McPherson. The ball bounces over her head. Hayley Ferris gets the ball back. Steer, who kicks it inside forward 50. Montrose see the ball out of their defensive 50, and it's an intercept mark by McTyre there. She pushes off the mark with confidence. And they'll go again, Heathmont.
So off hands it was. It'll be Eslick fighting for it at ground level. Still tracking it. She'll scrummage a kick forward and it lands in the lap of awaiting arms of their Montrose teammate. And she'll send it further afield to Bentley. The running outlet. Here we go, right in front of us. Forward flank. If you're a Montrose fan.
Good body work there.
It'll be Comnino's fighting at ground level.
In space is Mullinger. We've seen her take a couple bounces now this quarter. She'll see it forward. Gets past the defence of Wilkinson, who had a nice little run there of play for Montrose. Helped them get that recent inside 50. She's around the contest again, and a stoppage will be forced after a tackle from Kyla Morrow brings her down.
Just circling back to Mullinger there. She's been a real run and carry sort of operator for Heathmont.
Absolutely.
Setting up their forward half play.
Probably hasn't been a game where we've seen too much run and carry. Not a lot of metres gained off the boot of the players, but she's definitely been one along with Grace Major coming out of half back for Heathmont.
Both standing out for sure. As Steer.
Good collection there from Priya. She'll go again. It's her and Steer.
Steer and Priya. Steer and Priya, that's a mouthful.
Tongue twister early on. Carol puts her hand up.
So Carol now with a hit out to advantage. Major with a fist. Failing to make contact, and it'll be a stoppage. So I feel like I'm repeating myself, but the game's certainly been played between the arcs to start this third term. Ferris tracks it, head down as always. And it'll be Martz sending a high up and under to Lindbergh. Working in that forward, on that forward arc, sorry.
Nice little ground ball get there from the Montrose player. McPherson gets the ball back for Heathmont. She's had a good couple of ruck contests, actually, the last couple of minutes. And we've seen an intercept mark from Renee Steer. That's 70 out from her team's goal. She'll kick inside. A good option.
So she's got McTyre on.
Found her teammate well. Just a hand off to Ferris, who will go inside 50 for Heathmont. Great intercept there from Polly Boweck. She's been busy this third quarter. And the Montrose player will find herself a free kick in Kayla Eslick.
So Eslick now will use the corridor to send it forward, although lands in the waiting arms of McTyre. The coach's daughter will send it onto the forward flank. Ferris is there. She'll drive it forward, although turnover. And that's Eslick there playing a sort of a defensive midfield role. Along with Bauer Smith, who's also, Smythe I should say, who drives it forward. The ball squirting about, no real clean possession. With Steer sending it forward, landing in the lap of Bowick.
Montrose find the inner wing on our side. Matilda Wilson looking to gather the ball. And a nice little handball there. Manages to get a kick forward from Montrose.
So Major links up with the
Mullinger again.
The running Mullinger again.
We've seen that. This wing particularly loves her right boot. Everstein finds some space. Quickly covered by Polly Boweck, and the ball will go out of bounds for a ball up.
So it's noticeable that the Heathmont have been good with the 1%ers, with Hayley Ferris laying a shepherd there to allow the run of Mullinger.
Amy Pearson injected into the game. Sorry, Charlie Bartlett rather, from Montrose. Number 29.
Come on, Will.
Better than that, Will. In a wing here, Montrose trying to go forward desperately. We've seen it's been dominated by Heathmont the last few minutes. Polly Boweck will see the ball out of bounds and she'll come off Matilda Wilson will find herself coming into the game off the bench. Free kick actually to Montrose.
Yep, so the Demons awarded that last touch rule. It'll be Priya that stands underneath it. It's off hands. Tracking it is Eslick at ground level.
I think Gisling's given away a high.
And it'll be an Eslick free kick of the Shea variety. She'll send it down the line, although it's intercepted by McPherson.
She's been good this third quarter, Trent. Been able to find herself in the right positions and been putting up a competitive battle in the ruck.
She's got the flashy pink boots to match the pink socks. It's a good look.
Pulls it off better than I can as she goes into the ruck. Great tap out there. Great hit out work. But kick forward finds Ferris and she'll go forward for Heathmont. Lindbergh and Edwards. Lindbergh was just waiting on the outside there for the hands off, but Edwards couldn't quite get it out. And we see a stoppage 55 metres out from Heathmont's goal on a 45-degree angle. McPherson will go up in the ruck again for Heathmont. Ball goes to ground. Kick forward from Montrose. Carroll scrapping for the ball. Nearly found Wilkinson, who's on the ground, trying to get it forward. Nice handy kick there from Tiana Priya. Lindbergh applies pressure around the ball. Marks tries to get a handball, and we'll see a stoppage.
So gang tackled was Wilson there. No way out. As the two rucks go at it again. Not for the first time.
Correct. Absolutely correct there, Trent. It's rare to see the first ruck contest of the match halfway through the third quarter, but I digress. There's a running Hardy on the outside from Montrose. Tries to get the ball away. It's a very high pressure game this third quarter. Mullen is really probably the only player across both teams who's been able to get free and really give some rebound off half back. It's probably something Montrose have lacked this quarter.
So it was Ferris who overruns it. And it'll be the Montrose unable to complete the mark. As we see another stoppage on one of the three centre bounce circles.
Well forced by Major there.
So the rucks go at it, not for the last time.
Not for the last time. Very well said,
Not
Trent.
for the last time there, Will. Thank
We'll see it once in the fourth quarter. Just looking at how Heathmont is set up in front of the ball here. Big straight line. Sticking hard to the Montrose defenders, Montrose forwards. Not a lot of width being spread, is what I'm trying to say here, Trent. Seems to be very one line. Looking at Heathmont's ball going forward line going forward here, they seem to be a little bit more spread, probably giving their players a little bit more options. Wilkinson's on here if she can get to the ball before it heads out of bounds. Taps it on. Tries to soccer it forward. Ends up on the ground. Well tackled by Amy Pearson on the close wing. Trent. Woo.
So the Montrose solo ruck taps it to the waiting arms of Martz, her opponent. And she'll try and link up with running Montrose teammates as the ball's trickling underneath the feet, and it'll be a holding free kick awarded to Montrose. She sends a little...
Tiana Thomas is on here. Finds herself scrapping around the ball. She'll hold it in and we'll see another stoppage.
So Ferris now, can she use the quarterback of steer? She's applied a good bump to her advantage, allowing her to force the kick forward. And it'll be picked up by Martz, who throws it on the boot. Lindbergh, unable to complete the mark. She shows consecutive efforts to fight at ground level. So a stop-start, third term here. Am I right in saying it's just been the single point?
I believe you're correct in saying that. Maybe one each.
Maybe one each, okay,
Maybe one
so
each.
very much an even affair.
Yeah, I believe it was 1 point each. Ironically, the lack of kickouts has probably prevented any real movement from the defensive half, just with so many balls up, or ball ups rather. So we see another one in the centre circle, which wasn't used today, Trent, for this game. Maybe a reserve for the senior games after this. Michaela March, she's been around the ball a lot the last few minutes. Big tackle from Brittany Wilkinson. Sees a free kick given to Heathmont.
So it'll be Lindbergh, who sends a barrel into the waiting arms of...
Great handball.
Or that was Lindbergh, sorry. And it'll be a great tackle rewarded. Montrose defender bringing McPherson to ground. Or Priya, rather. And she'll exit to Eslick.
Tiana Thomas is on here.
So this game's starting to open up now. It'll be Hardy who takes a good mark. Uncontested on the broadcasting side wing. She'll look to go inboard now. And it'll be a link-up play by hand as they send it forward again. Although standing in the hole was
Tiana Priya.
Tiana Priya, yep. Beat me to it there.
Very swift last 15 to 30 seconds here, Trent. Very good ball movement to finish off the third quarter from Heathmont. Promising signs going into the last.
As the siren sounds again. What did you make of that third term there, Will?
Low scoring. Probably the most stoppages we've seen in the quarter so far today. I thought Brooke Mullinger's run off half back was really impressive.
Stood out, didn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was probably the highlight from each team. She was really the only one that was able to get away and find her own space and get her own leg. For Montrose, just looking through the list, I think Brittany Wilkinson found herself around the ball a lot. Rachel Hardy was a good one of the taller options for Montrose. She found herself free a few times. And for Heathmont, Rachel McPherson was really good in ruck contests for mine. Probably didn't have the height advantage over Hardy, but gave the Heathmont midfielders as good a chance as you can have for someone of her height. I thought she was really good, really competitive. Well, what were your thoughts?
No, you've pretty much covered the majority of that. Question without notice there. Well answered, but I'm just scanning my eyes out a field here and I see the injured Elise Hansen. She was a Vermont transfer.
Okay.
Her brother's playing in the seniors, Jed, this afternoon. As they begin their warm-ups, Heathmont taking on Baronia in what is to be an action-packed day here at H.E. Parker.
So this one's got one more quarter to go?
Yes.
Okay, if that's the case, then I'll just prep really do a slam dunk at the end of it.
Yep. I'll get the horns when
I think the easy way, once it's over, if we just get the headsets and that block and that rack off that tabletop, I can start getting on. Yeah, that's fine. Hey, I got here early because of what happened last time. Can we get the rack down on the ground now? No, the cable. Well, that's why what I was going to do was. Can we move the rack over that way? Probably. Because that way I can get the console. That way I can get the console up on the end of this table.
all ears, officer. All ears.
that'll let me get them. Full soul up. Lucky fool.
I was going to say, always trust, never.
Did you just say lucky fool? Hey, what's Yiddish for screw you?
Trust me.
No, trust me.
Open mic. When you've done as much work for Jewish guys over the years, you learn that one fairly early on. Open mic through. Eh? Open mic.
Mic is on. Open.
Welcome back, listeners. So this last term is set up to be an enthralling battle. Can Montrose peg back this 15-point lead? We'll find out in a sec, won't we, Will?
Absolutely. They've had their chances. I mean, again, exactly what we were saying at the end of the second quarter is they've had the same amount of shots on goal that have registered a score. So, from that sense, they should be just as much in it as what Heathmont have. Have a ball up to start the fourth quarter, which 10 seconds later sees us with another stoppage, gives both teams a chance to reset.
Just scanning my eyes above Will and a few of those clouds look a bit daunting.
They do. I think weather could intervene at the back end of this last quarter. We see another rock contest in the middle between Everstein and Carroll.
It'll be Eslick now who drives it forward. Bauer Smythe waits underneath it. Unable to complete the mark as Warford throws it on the boot with a flying shot off target, and it'll go through for another minor score yet again. 2-6-18 is their score line, opposed to Heathmont's 5-2-32.
This is an important kick-in, Trent, mainly for Montrose. I think if they can keep it inside their forward 50 here, set the tone early in the last quarter, give them a few more shots on goal.
The ability to draw first blood here will be pivotal.
Absolutely.
In deciding the outcome of this game.
Bauer Smythe to kick in again for Heathmont. Her ball use has been pretty good out of the back pockets today.
She'll come to the near side wing.
Looking
as
for Everstein, I think.
Hardy waits underneath it. Everstein was there, you're right. But it'll be Hardy who collects. And it'll be the run of Bentley on the outer, who sends it up and under ball over the head of Bauer, Smythe, and it'll trickle through for another minor score. So promising signs early if you're a fan of the Demons. Certainly played in their half at the moment.
Bauer Smythe will go again. Opting to kick to outside of the ground. Great mark from Mullinger. She's been awesome, particularly this second half so far. Looking inside too, which I love the look of. Tackling pressure
Although
from Matilda Wilson.
the kick travelled about 5 metres, if that.
That's definitely her shortest kick for today. She's been very good with her metres gained, as we've said.
She was probably just better off running and carrying, I reckon.
Nice little kick out from Jess Edwards there. Finds the chest of Gisling. She'll push back off the mark here. Interested to see where she goes. She'll look for Amy Pearson here on the inner wing. She'll try to get there before the ball rolls out of bounds. Good pick up. Shakes off the tackle well there. Gives the handball off to Gisling. Lindbergh applying pressure. But a little bit of a run here from Eliza Bentley. She's got space.
They've worked this well, Montrose, as they drive it forward again. Inside 50 ball. And it'll be off hands and run out of bounds.
Good running effort from Dove there. Didn't end up getting the ball, but sprinted 60, 70 metres towards the boundary line there in hope of getting maybe a handball or a ball off the ground. So Good efforts early doors from Montrose. Tudor Wilson finds herself out the back of the pack. She kicks it inside forward 50. Deep 2. Walford was calling for the ball. She could have another crack here. It's a holding on free kick.
Is that going the way of Montrose? It is.
It is. That'll go to Habenskis.
Habenskis.
Hopefully, I haven't butchered the pronunciation of that name, but she'll go back now. Confident set shot just falls short. Top of the goal square here for Montrose. Opportunities are plenty. Ball finds itself out of bounds and will be a free kick to Heathmont with the last touch rule.
So it'll be Major again. Deep inside defensive 50. She goes to a hot spot. Ill-directed, I think. And it'll be Bauer Smythe at ground level. Pinged for a throw.
Okay.
She definitely made contact with her fist. But nonetheless, it'll be Carroll, the ruckman, with an opportunity to draw back this deficit. She sets sail and
she's hit it well, but has faded away to the left.
It's been a common occurrence, missing to that left side today.
Ball comes in from Heathmont. Tries to find Crow. Ball spills to ground on the far wing.
And a smother by Hardy will mean another ball up. So
See a ruck contest here.
the question is, can they capitalise Montrose? They've had a lot of their play inside their forward half.
Good hit out there from Everstein. Locked in away in the forward pocket for Montrose on the far side. Plenty of space here, just in the hot spot, Trent. And that kick's going to go right there. Maybe just to the right.
So the mark's been paid. Hardy, she's been lively early. She's thrown the ball to the umpire, and in turn he's thrown it right back.
Too generous.
I don't know what all the fuss was about. She mightn't have been confident, but she's kicked the goal
That's
nonetheless.
Very, very good set shot.
So a 7-point difference now is where this game sits.
Just building very nicely at H.E. Parker Reserve.
It's almost like the calm before the storm, almost, if you will.
Quite literally as well.
If you will.
Yeah, crowds are looking ominous. It's a very short approach on goal there from Hardy, but it was a very effective one. They've made the move here from... I've not seen this before. They're changing centre circle. It must be nice just being able to choose from 3 centre circles. Which one will they go for? Gone to the outer side, where a lot of the play's been today. To ball up. Good contest there from McPherson. Pink socks, pink boots. Hard to miss. She'll put up a ruck contest against Hardy. Or Carroll, rather. Hardy's just found herself around the ball. As Heathmont try and answer a very nice goal. Oh. See another stoppage here. Heathmont and Montrose scrapping it out. Carroll goes up in the ruck. Good contest from McPherson again, as she's been doing all day in the ruck. Switching with Everstein. We see another stoppage. About 70, 75 metres out from Heathmont's goal.
So those just joining the stream, just a reminder that this is the breast cancer awareness round. So that explains why players and likes are in pink uniform. So Ferris now unable to complete the mark, but she'll find a way to scrap it. Although the Montrose kick forward will land in the lap of Bauer Smythe, the captain who's been solid down back.
Plenty of space here for Mullinger. Our girl here, Trent. It's been awesome at gaining that today.
So in the corridor, it'll be...
Good little kick away from Shea Eslick there.
It'll be Ferris now who drives it forward. Turning quickly was Edwards, who will set upon a Montrose midfielder in Wilson
Good pressure.
for another ball up. So 5-2, 32, plays 3-7, 25. 7 points of difference. That could be a handy point to decide this game.
Nearly halfway through the last quarter. We'll see another stoppage in the middle of the ground.
So we spoke about last time these two sides met, and it was in fact Montrose who completed a comeback, a come from behind win over Heathmont. So
History could be repeating itself here, Trent.
you're a Demons fan, are you?
I like my close games.
It's been entertaining, hasn't it? So here we go at ground level. They scrap away again, and a high contact free kick has been picked out, and it'll go the way of Montrose.
Kayla Eslick has ball in hand.
So the two Eslick sisters, they've been dominant for Montrose
Have been, haven't they?
amongst the votes last week, Will, and not far away from it again this week.
I think I'll be having both of them in my votes today. Done very, very well.
So the last touch rule on the outer wing side near the nets. No, in fact, a ball up. Don't listen to me.
That's why I'm here. Nice little kick inside 50 here from Montrose. Desperately find good hand on the ball there before going out of bounds.
Saved it, didn't she?
Smart thinking. Can't just let it roll up. Oh. Maybe not. It's really, oh no, yes it is. It is a ball up. About 20 metres out in the pocket on the far side. Montrose are probably starting to become aware of the clock here. Not too much time left in the back half of this last quarter.
So they'd be wanting to take advantage of every opportunity they get here.
Absolutely. They've had them today. It's just a matter of executing at the back end here.
So a free kick goes the way of Shea Eslick. Not sure if you had eyes on that as to what it was awarded for, but nonetheless it'll be driven forward again. Can she spot up a Montrose forward? No, because Ferris stands in the way, and she'll complete an intercept chest mark deep inside defensive 50 and send it back where it came from. High up and under ball. It'll be Gisling that stands underneath it, although the mark has been taken. Theobald. McPherson now. Ground level, Ferris. She's done that before, driving an exit kick out of defensive 50. And a 2-on-2 situation will be locked in, and it'll be a stoppage on the outer wing side.
Ball comes a little bit closer towards us and somewhat removed from that trap that is the outer wing. We see a ball up. Dove finds herself at the bottom of the pack, and both teams will reset.
So time beginning to play a part for Montrose here. The clock starts to run out. Major at ground level. She'll gain possession and lock it in for another stoppage. Although the Montrose tackler is slow to her feet, it is Bentley. And a free kick has been awarded.
Good time awareness here.
So slowing down the clock. She runs it out of no woman on the mark, sorry. And it'll be a high up and under ball down the far wing side. Another stoppage. Will.
Yeah, it's really slowed down the last few minutes. It's been stuck between the 50s. No team's really been able to gain more than 30 or 40 metres without it being turned over. So that tells me that both teams are set up well behind the ball. And on the contrary, going forward, they might not have the marking targets or the crumbs on ground level that they would desire. So we see another stoppage in line with the not one, not two, but three centre circles here at H.E. Parker Reserve.
So the run and carries probably, it's fair to say, is gone out of this game.
Absolutely.
As both teams are fatiguing late in this last term. It's been a hard-fought contest. Can Heathmont hold on?
Montrose, I will say, they have been set up better behind the ball this last quarter, a lot more width.
Major now, a high up and under ball. It'll be Morrow. Can she collect cleanly? She paddles it forward. Overrunning it now, and it'll allow Montrose to come through with a clearing kick. Heathmont have the numbers setting up the wall. Although it'll be Hardy at ground level to collect. Handball on the outer to
Theobald managed to get a kick away.
Sorry, as they're just setting up for the game post this. Wires
Match number 3 today.
getting tangled up in wires and the lot.
Oh, that is a
big
crunching bump from Dyer.
On McPherson.
McPherson has been an absolute soldier today for Heathmont.
That's what you want to see, body on the line stuff.
Absolutely. She will now come to the bench for a well-earned rest. As Warford finds space in Montrose's forward 50. Off the boot as well. Interesting to see if soccer off the ground will be rewarded for last touch.
It will be. So it'll go the way of Warford. Tucked up against the boundary in the right forward pocket. She scans inboard. It'll go to the hot spot, a high up and under.
First Falcon of the day.
A Falcon.
Late in the fourth.
And it'll be Eslick now to drive it back inside forward 50. She's got numbers there. Although Major, as she's done all day, intercepts.
Major preventing majors. And it's been great to watch. Her intercept game is very, very good. Has a very good awareness of when the ball coming towards her.
She positions well, doesn't she?
Also able to run off her opponent very nicely.
That could prove pivotal.
Absolutely. As Wilkinson finds the ball, scrambles it forward. Even match up there. As Hardy was around it in front of the ball. Major will go forward for Heathmont again. Nice little tap on there from Lindbergh. And Wilkinson finds herself around the ball again. Gives the handball off, but finds a Heathmont player. Game could be about to open up here, if not for this stoppage.
And there's Montrose teammates waving to gain the attention of medical staff
Holly
as
Boeck just on the ground there,
Boeck
Trent.
lays them motionless. It's not a good word, but I am just describing what I see in front of me.
As you see it, Trent.
She's on
knees now. She's gotten up from her
She's
position.
on all fours.
Just slowly regathering herself, I think.
Regains her feet. Good to see here.
Very proactive from the trainers and all involved.
She'll make her way off slowly but surely.
Gurin on the bench, ready to go. Play resumes. Hit out forward for Montrose. Doesn't go too far. Do have another stoppage.
So clock ticks under 1 minute to go.
Last gasp efforts here for Montrose. But Heathmont have held their own this last quarter despite the shots on goal that have been on offer for Montrose. It's been played in their forward half a lot, Trent, but Heathmont have been very stable in defence with the likes of Mullinger, Bauer Smythe,
And Major.
and Major.
Would be the major one.
She's been Major today. As we'll see the final play for today. Good tap there from Everstein. Wilson finds herself under the ball and will have yet another stoppage.
So another ball up. The two rucks go at it as they've done all day.
Good gather from Martz.
And it'll be Edwards who kicks into the path of... There's no number 9 on our sheet.
No, there's not. Maybe a number change. Lindbergh
It'll
goes
be
forward.
Lindbergh off the ground.
That'll roll back.
A rolling ball.
Sleeves.
An anti-climax.
Good day
Although she follows up with a
What a
dumping
start.
tackle. Unrewarded. Much to
Been
the
an awesome
disappointment of the home fans
She'll go
here.
up for the ruck here as well.
It's a 5-on-1 contest in the forward 50. Heathmont somehow gained possession at ground level.
Good little handball out there from Habenskus.
As the siren sounds, jubilation on the bench of the Heathmont of the home side here as they record their first win of season 2022.
It's a very
What a-
entertaining game, Trent.
What an enthralling battle that was, Will.
Been good.
So Heathmont 5-2-32 plays Montrose 3-7-25.
3 more shots on
So-
goal there for Montrose.
So they win out 7-point winners in the end to wrap up round 4, I believe, of the Deakin Uni Senior Women's Competition.
Very well said, Trent. Yeah, it was a game of not too much ball movement, a lot of having to scrap and kick forward, a lot of wet weather-like football. Didn't see any of it in today's game, despite the clouds.
It was a
But
territory battle.
absolutely.
We'll just run through quickly the star players that probably stood out today. So the likes of Bauer Smythe down back, Heathmont's captain, she was a stalwart down there, setting up plays defensively alongside Mullinger. Her run and carry proved pivotal in gaining territory, like I said, and the ball movement forward. Were there any names that jump off the sheet there for you, Will?
For Heathmont, I think Lindbergh was a great target up forward. We saw it even in those dying seconds of the fourth quarter when the game at that stage was probably wrapped up. Just found herself around the ball and really hard to get a hold of, I think, as a Montrose defender. Major was obviously awesome as well, as we see both teams.
So Kane McTire there, the coach of Heathmont, just addressing both groups. I imagine, we haven't got an ear down there, but I imagine it'd be something to do surrounding the breast cancer awareness that this round is for. There's a luncheon happening behind us here.
Looks very nice.
All the ladies dressed in pink, so I think we'll leave it at that, Will. And
Thank you for joining us today, Trent. It's been great. Nice little debut here at HE Park Reserve. We see Heathmont go 7-point winners.
thank you.